Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. We're having fun today. We just finished a video about master number 33333. So if you get curious and you like the multi-dimensional, multifaceted channel here, check that out. What I wanted to talk about, is the energy around the giraffe. So yesterday morning I wrote, okay, what colors today? And I wrote those down, what animals, and what came through was the giraffe. But that was bizarre because I've never really had a giraffe just drop in. And I don't usually see giraffes. And the funny thing was that evening we were watching funny videos and a giraffe picture, a real life giraffe came in. So tied that perfectly by the end of the day. All right, so those oranges and those yellow colors with the giraffe. So as I do, I like to kind of go down a deep dive because it came in. And so there's more messages. There's always more messages, so that's why we always say get curious on the numbers you're seeing on repeat, the animals on repeat, or maybe animals that aren't on repeat but dropped in and you're like, oh, that's new, that's interesting. What other messages does the team have for me? Then you go down and you let that unfold naturally. 111 is also going to be resonant. 333, 17, 1010, 222. You know this message is for you. 222, you know this message is for you. Ha ha ha. Love it when we rhyme. All right, so giraffes. Right, height, grace, and gentle. All right, that's that higher perspective. And I always use the birds of prey like eagles, hawks, and like crows, birds in general, owls. But I never thought of the giraffe. And they have those really long necks. So that's, again, they take the higher perspective, right? That have the higher vision. All right, because they're above everything else, not in like an egotistic way, but they're just above and they can see things better. They can see things more clearly. It's also reminding you to see the bigger picture. So again, no coincidence I'm sharing this message with you. It's always a reminder to see the bigger picture, okay? All right, and to rise above everyday concerns, everyday situations. It's asking you to see the bigger picture and rise above everyday concerns, everyday circumstances, all right? And to look at life from a wider, broader perspective. And we said this, taking this microcosmic, egotistic look at things and start opening and expanding that and start looking from out here versus just from right here. So expanding and looking at the bigger, wider picture of things, okay? All right, perspective. So very gentle and compassionate energy with the giraffe, despite its size, right? Despite its size, is that very connected to very gentle, compassionate energy. Energetically, the giraffe is a calm and non-aggressive creature, okay? It represents kindness, okay? Empathy and a peaceful heart. All right? And let's see here, I'm trying to read my handwriting. Encouraging you to approach the situation or situations with compassion and not force. Like responding, not reacting. Thank you. Sometimes I get that mess up. So it's learning to approach situations with compassion and not force, and responding appropriately instead of reacting. Or maybe sometimes no response is needed. Okay. You step away with that, with no force and no, with all the compassion. Like you just choose you and step away. All right, it's that connection between heaven and earth. So you can probably resonate with being deeply connected from the heavens, source, creator, the universe, as well as deeply grounded into Gaia. It's that bridge connection between the both, okay? It's that bridge between the physical and the spiritual worlds, staying very grounded while remaining open to the higher guidance, the higher intuition, and the wisdom, all right? The wisdom. All right, the intuition and foresight. You have excellent vision. Vision, whether vision or just vision or both. All right, you have, and awareness. All right, very intuitive, lots of clarity, and the ability to anticipate what lies ahead. Okay, individually standing out. So you definitely stand out like a sore thumb, but that just came from. So you resonate with definitely having the frequency and energy that you just stand out. When you walk into a room, when you walk into a space, you stand out in the best way possible. Your frequency, your energy, your essence, your flavor, your color is so big that you stand out, individually standing out, okay? It's a symbol of also embracing your uniqueness. This is, again, standing in your unicorn energy, your unique energy, and not bow down because other people don't understand you. That's fine. They don't need to. If they're meant to, they will. If not, that's just part of their process and their healing. Pay that no attention. All right? You are unique, and you need to stand in that authenticity and that uniqueness and quit, embrace it, embody it, and embrace it. All right? And this, connected to this giraffe energy, the spirit animal, is a message to fully accept yourself and not to shrink yourself to fit in. I think I just said that in its own way. It's funny how that kind of, I don't realize what I wrote, and then, because I wrote this yesterday sometime. All right, it's a very patient, graceful growth. You probably noticed that your growth has been very patient, and you've had a lot of grace during this process, okay? Giraffes move so slowly and deliberately. You've been strategically, precisely moving very slowly through this awakening, through this growth, or through this awakening with growth and patience and grace, and you've been moving slowly but very strategically and deliberately, okay? All right, let's see here, reflecting on steady growth. Again, that's that steady pace, that steady growth and patience. You've been continuing to trust your own path, or this is asking you, this could be two different groups here that are receiving this, so please pay your mind and your attention to what's catching your ears in your physical body, in your discernment and your clear knowing. All right, it's reflecting on this steady growth and patience and trusting your own path and the pace of this journey, because again, the ego's wanting you to do it now, and your soul's like, nope, you've been doing this for many lifetimes. Now it's time to just peacefully, gracefully, steadily go through this process, okay? So step back and reassess certain situations. So it's, again, stepping back, taking back those perspectives, taking a higher viewpoint, right? Stepping back and reassess the situations before any maybe responses are needing, okay? So trust your intuition and that inner wisdom. So continuing to tap in and trust your inner wisdom and that intuition, okay? Lead with gentleness and not force. We're here to lead with this gentle strength, not force. We're not here to force anything, to prove anything, to chase anyone down, right? We lead through and with being the example of leading with our gentleness and not forcing, okay? We're done with the forcing, okay? You're embracing your uniqueness. Again, continuing to remind you to embrace your uniqueness, even in the uncomfortableness of friends or family dynamics or work stuff. You want to be the one that sticks out. You want to be the example because you are the change, okay? And you doing so is giving other people permission to drop the masks a little more, to drop another piece of armor, so they are able to stand out of the BS, the belief systems, the programming, the conditioning, so they are now able to also step into their journey and their uniqueness, their unique flavor, color, and essence, so to be able to express themselves authentically and truthfully, okay? By you being that one, you help, it's a domino effect, it's that beautiful ripple effect, all right? All right, so embrace your uniqueness without hesitation. Don't hesitate, don't hesitate, all right? Again, it's that knowing. You have very clear inner knowing. It's very clear, inner clarity, all right, that does not need proof. So you're at the point, just to continue to step into this, just know that you have this inner clarity. You can feel it. You might not have proof of it, all right, and you've gotten to the point that you don't need proof. Like, you just know. You just clearly know that this is coming, this is happening. Don't need any more proof. You've surrendered to that. If not, this is your message to surrender the need to want the proof. The ego mind is the one that wants the proof. The soul doesn't need the proof. The soul just knows, okay? Truth is coming from your heart, your quantum compass, and not the mind. Again, the truth is coming here from your heart, not from the mind. Deep heart-based knowing. That's what resonance is. Resonance is not for the mind to figure out. What you need to step into and what we are moving forward to is the clear knowing through physical knowing. You feel it in your body. You feel it in your heart. There's no proof, all right? It's just you know. You know the bullshit that is being broadcasting and programming what that is being used for. You know that that's bullshit and lies and untruths and distractions, all right? You know, because you physically feel it. You haven't gotten any proof of it yet. Yet is the key word. That's coming. And that's where we just sit back and say, yeah, we've been telling you that for years. We've been telling you that. You know, instead of trying to get people and convince people, now you've gotten to the point where you just sit back and wait. Watch the show. And you're not doing it from a point that I told you so, because when the evidence starts like flooding open, the gates completely flood open, you're just going to sit back and be that supportive person. Even though you've known probably for a very long time, you're just going to sit back, and it's not like I told you so type of energy. You're just going to be supportive and hold space. All right. But you just learn to sit back and just know from a deep heart-based knowing what you feel is real, what you know is real, what you see is real, what you hear is real. Something you feel is true, even if the logical mind and brain has not caught up, and it's probably not meant to catch up. Okay. So again, continuing to remind you to stay gentle with what you know. Hold your knowing with grace. All right. Not urgency, not force. Asking you to stay in alignment between your intuition and the reality that is around you, okay? So, the question here at the end of this message is, what do you already know? What do you already know? You can sit with that, write it down, contemplate on that, and see what the messages come up, just drops in, or maybe the message will be given to you in other ways, shapes, and forms. What do you already know is truth? Okay, what do you know from that deep heart knowing, that heart base? Are you willing to trust it? Because there's no proof of it. Are you willing to trust it? All right. So the song that was coming in is Girl on Fire. So maybe that's significant for somebody. Maybe that's a song that you need to go hear because you're very clairaudient and you receive messages on that. So Girl on Fire. Fire is coming in strong as an energy. Fire and air combinations, and fire and water combination. So if you're called to, please get curious and go use the sacred algorithm and see what the combination of fire water combo is and fire and air combo is. That came in a message being forged in the fire, purified in the fire, and then cleansed and cleared in the water. All right. One last thing is, have you been running into the fire? Have you chosen to run into the fire, which is symbolization for your light? Are you choosing to run towards your light, into your fire? Or are you running from it? Are you running from your light? Are you running from your truth? Are you running from your fire within? Okay, so two different questions. Are you or have you been running continuously into this fire, into this light, into this excitement, into this ignition, right? Getting excited, or are you running from this light, running from this fire, running from your truth within? All right, so that is your message today, 1313 on the timer. So again, thanks for hanging out. Always through and with divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, divine knowledge, divine remembrance, empowerment, remembrance, I think I said that, sorry, and divine magic. Thank you for clicking play, like, and subscribe, all this stuff, because we are co-creating, we are weaving these threads of frequencies and energies for ourselves and for the collective. This is big work what we're doing. You clicking play on a video because you're curious is actually doing sacred work. You are helping, whether you realize it, you are helping the collective move forward, right? We are co-creating, we are playing along, right? And again, thank you for sharing your time, your space, your energy, your frequency, your energy, your flavor, your essence, your color, because that will be received as well as part of this frequency and energy weaving and threading, okay? We love you, and we will see you next time. Bye.